Can you hear us?
Yeah, Sandy's.
Yes? Okay, thank
You're
you.
on mute, Sandy.
All right. You are recording the meeting. Be sure to let everyone know they're being recorded. All right.
Being recorded.
We're being recorded.
Okay,
And- Okay, great. So we're just waiting for Shannon. We have to let her in when she hits the, well, it's 7:05. I guess we can call the meeting to order and we can, get started. So are you taking minutes, Sandy?
I am, yep, I'm typing.
Okay, perfect. So you can take note of who's here. And then I'm going to make a motion to accept the minutes as seen that Sandy sent out via our email from June 30th, 2022. Do we have any changes or questions or anything we need to alter? It looked good to me. So everybody says that's okay, so that's passed. All right, so now we're waiting for Shannon because we need to talk about if our balance came in or not. Does anybody know whether we received our grant money yet or not? Okay, would Shannon know that if she looked at the bank statement?
Maybe I haven't, I'll look.
Okay. Then let's wait for her to come in. Let's jump to outstanding grants. As far as I know, we do have people that never finished or applied. One of them was a huge grant that we gave, the Blackstone Valley Community Chorus, for $1,000. So it's. Yeah, she has to be let in. Is she there? I'm sure she'll not when she gets there. Hello. Were you able to get a bank balance, an accounting?
I
to
did
the
not,
accountant?
I'm sorry, I thought the last one.
No, that's okay.
I did get one.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, this is,
Do we get them off, it's all set?
well, yeah. So
Okay.
I always view this first meeting as kind of like, let's get our feet wet again, and remember what we're supposed to do, because it's the very beginning. And what we need to do was, first of all, is make sure our money was deposited into our account for the grants. And if we look at the timeline, I don't remember how we find the line for, oh, I have no reception down here. I forgot about that. But if we look at our timeline, we should be getting our grant money. We should be advertising that for the grants, which Tina has done. We need to pay attention to whether we actually receive the grant from the state into our revolving account. And then I think in October, when's the deadline that people start sending in the grants? October 15th?
No, they stopped by October 17th,
17th, okay, so,
so they can start. September 1st, I think, start,
September 1st.
yeah, to
Okay.
October 17th.
And so October is when their last time they can send in the grant.
Then after
Okay.
that, it's done.
Okay, that's the end
Closes.
date. All right, so we really don't have to do a lot between now and October 17th, except make sure that we've got our money, that we've advertised for the grants, and that we don't have, and check what's outstanding from last year's grant cycle. Because we have to set that, keep that money set aside, right, Michael?
Correct, yeah, I think we're supposed to submit our financial report by October 7th.
All right,
But I don't have a form from Sean.
okay, that's fine.
I just emailed him again. Emailed us last week saying it's the work.
Okay, so September 1st to October 17th. So, all right. I have a lot of outstanding money from last year. And I was remiss because I forgot to stop at the town hall today and check the mailbox, which I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to put that on my calendar, otherwise I'm just not gonna remember. I wake up and look at my calendar in the morning. It's not on there, I forget. So let's see, tomorrow's Thursday, I'm gonna put in check town. So we have $350 from the Blackstone Valley Art Association, the free community celebration of Mendon. I don't even remember, like who was responsible for what anymore. Blackstone Valley Art Association, the free community art celebration. And I think that was the Blackstone Valley Art Association is the one that the group that meets in Uxbridge. Oh. That, what's her name, that put a grant in one year and then never did it? What's her name? What is her name? Shay, Lisa Shay.
She's done it twice and she did. Not this year.
So she's a little,
All I have, so to keep it on track, all I have right now is data out to Shine Light, EPT Truck Art Festival. All I have is musical journey through this year. So,
okay, so I've got Shine Your Light.
yeah, that.
I have Blackstone Valley Concert Band, which was summer concert series for $250. We did that one back in
We
June.
do that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the next one is to Peter Coffin for the Mendon Summer Concerts. Which was for the Unitarian Church. That was $2,500. That we paid that. We have, next, we're gonna jump all the way to Cheryl. It wasn't Cheryl, so it was weird. The person that applied was Cheryl Miniscolo. It was called I Dissent, a show about RBG, but actually it was someone else that followed up, so yep, 400, so we got her. After that, we have the one that's next, the Birch Valley,
200.
yeah, 200. Then we have a musical journey years, Thomas Rule. Yep, 375. Okay. Then we have Community Culture Night Winter Romance, the Claflin Hill Music Performance Incorporated, 500. All right, then we have Daniel's Farmstead Inc. Two of those was the Fall Music Series. And then the Car and Truck Show.
Music series for 400.
Yes,
And then the car truck show.
for 500,
Antique truck.
correct?
Yeah.
And then we have the last one is the Greater Milford, no, sorry, that's it. That was it.
That's it.
So we had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 grants. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outstanding.
And those are people that haven't collected, right?
Yeah.
More than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the other ones we did.
Yep. 5, 6. So, yeah, so the Blackstone Valley Community Chorus didn't happen. Well, it may, I don't know, it says spring and fall, so maybe they're waiting to do their fall one and then send it in. But that's $1,000. Remember that? I thought that was the one they wanted for,
The spring concert, fall concert.
yeah, spring fall concert. Was that one that wanted a lot of equipment rather than a concert? Wasn't there somebody that wanted equipment? Well, I don't remember. But so they're outstanding. So that's $1,000 right there. That's outstanding. Then we have 350 and another 500 and what else?
700 for musical timber pleasures.
500. Yeah, so we have over $2,000 outstanding.
$5,200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Bill, yes.
Yeah, because we have 50 for free community art.
Right.
Silver Valley.
350,
We have
1,000 for the
BBC.
BBCC, 1,000,
525 performance of 1,000 doorways.
25.
500 for hip hop dance chair access for seniors.
Oh my gosh, yeah, 500, another 500.
300 for music for thimble pleasures.
How come we did that? See, this is where it gets screwy. Ellis put in for last year and then she didn't put in for this year. She
I'm
put
sorry, what?
Ellis O'Donnell.
Yeah.
So remember, there was some confusion, like, did she get a grant or not? And I mistakenly said no, and then we said, yes, she did. She put in for her paperwork, but it was for last year's previous that she put in, so she didn't put in for this year's.
Oh,
Yes, so she didn't put in for this year.
And then we have the nutcracker. So actually we have 3175 and then we held $1,500 back for a fund.
Right.
To be,
Yeah,
which we
No,
will always push the next.
no, but that actually is,
We don't want
no, the funding event is actually going to the art restoration project.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,500.
Yeah, yes, and then we're talking tonight about adding money to that if we do the Lions Country Fair. They did give us a table if we.
oh, they
wanted-
did.
They
Okay.
did, so if you want to do the painted rocks thing and have people donate money for that, I'm on board, since we can do
What's
that.
the, what are they letting us do? Yeah.
All, we applied as a nonprofit, so we're there, and so we get a booth, we have to bring our own pop-up tent, our own table.
That's like,
And no, what we thought we would do is do a kids thing. I've got a bunch of little paints. There's
I
a
got some
paintbrush.
rocks.
Janet said she had rocks.
She has rocks. I just like the rocks.
Okay, so we're gonna ask for a donation and, kids can paint rocks. You know, little frogs or whatever they wanna do, or I love you, or positive, yeah, whatever. Kids love paint anything.
yeah.
And it's, and then we'll have some baby wipes so they can wipe. It's all water based, so there's no toxic. So,
And also this basket. Oh, and also that's never ending basket that we have, that's left
we
over.
still have a basket.
With the basket, no, we don't want that.
No, I still have.
You got a basket?
It's in there right here. So,
$6,200.
Okay.
oh, sorry.
I don't know.
Because it says fiscal year 23 allocation 62.
Oh, right, okay.
Is that more or less than last year?
I think that's more than the
Yes.
rest.
Or wasn't it 50 something?
But what's weird is that people still aren't collecting what we grant them. And we granted everything last year.
Good.
And it's so easy to grant because we've told them they can get the money up front. You know, they just have to sign everything.
$5,400 too.
That's like $800.
Okay. So we have to make sure we advertise this really well, which Tina's been working on, since we don't have the Mendon Upton Town Crier, it's not being published in time. I suggested we put it on the Facebook bulletin page.
Do that though?
Yes, we can't have a page,
Okay,
okay? We can't have like an
we
official
can have like an announcement.
cultural arts thing, but we could ask them, you can actually ask them to pin it to the top of the group for a few days. There's a way that you can pin it. Yes, there are ways that you can pin notice. I know because I have a Facebook group for rug hookers.
Oh, okay.
So you can pin notices to the top.
Oh,
So yes,
do you
there's,
want to do that? Because I don't know.
no, you don't do it. The management, whoever
Oh,
manages
so
the page.
So
So you can find out whoever it is, I mean,
Administrator.
who the administrator is.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't, I have no reception down here, so I can't.
You can
look at
connect to the
that.
Wi-Fi.
I've tried, I've
So
done,
we-
yep.
And then-
Yep, I go to my settings and then I can say Wi-Fi, and it says I'm up to the, but nothing happens. I can't get anything. Yeah,
Library public hotspot?
yeah, no internet connection. Won't let me
There's
connect.
an Xfinity one that's not the right one. Library one that's not the right
Wait, Mendon?
Look at that.
Oh, so
It says
here's,
now insecure. Auto join, and it won't let me do it.
here's the,
I think if we just,
then,
so the best way to do it would be, right, to just provide a link to the cultural council site where they can apply.
Oh, we have-
Well,
Within the Facebook, I mean, I think that's the easiest.
you could, you're not,
Copy and paste, I mean, I can.
Oh,
I mean, it's really just, see when you go like this, you apply now.
Yeah.
You see this, you would copy and paste this,
yeah,
and then that would log them in to the system so that they'd be able to apply for their grant. Now,
see where it says featured, see where it says featured, those things are actually pinned in place and they won't move until the administrator gets rid of them. So what we have to do is find out who's the administrator
so we're going.
by hitting the arrow.
Join,
Or about,
uh,
or see, I have no, I just don't get reception down here. It's must be mine.
I'm gonna look you up, see.
Yeah, go ahead. Into settings or.
um, Files featured.
All right, so Shannon, you're gonna get the balance for next.
Yeah.
We looked at it.
actually, what I'll do is I'll call tomorrow, maybe they can put it in our mailbox when you get the mail, be there.
Okay, and then that way we'll have something to start and make sure,
I'll
okay,
actually
And-
email it.
and then, do we want to follow up on any outstanding grants, or do we want to just consider, just hold on to this? I mean, what do we want, what are we
Why
supposed
don't
to
we do the
do
balance sheet first and see what we have.
and make a
outstanding,
decision
and then
next
make a
year?
decision.
Yeah, I mean, when we get the form from Sean,
See,
we'll
Pam-
hold back.
it says Pamela. and-
No, that- Just needs to
Oh,
be October,
not-
because I just read something that doesn't have to be until
Uh,
January.
I went over where it says, where it just.
Something about, it's on the 17th for the start date,
Oh.
September 1st.
And then it says.
This one says financial report,
No.
due date. October
Maybe it's
17th,
not
2022. It's pretty simple. It's literally the form that he sent us.
Oh, I-
Oh,
Plug
okay.
in the numbers.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Get rid of that. How do you get rid of that?
Uh,
Are you in Facebook?
Probably the
So,
grant
so
decision.
that
Oh, yep, yep.
And then see.
That's the
see
one
it
that's,
Down
okay.
here.
Oh, yeah.
So what you can do
January
is privately
17th,
message them.
Oh, okay.
And
gotcha.
say-
Something
So you
Oh.
can actually message them.
Okay.
with
I
them.
message her and say, oh.
Yeah, so where's her message? Oh, yeah, no, wait, that wasn't the message there. And you can say, hi, I was wondering if you could post this, pin this as a, you know,
Just
for,
like due to.
for 30 days. And then,
Flyer is not being
Circulate,
circulated.
so.
We need to get a message out to our.
yeah,
It's
you
such a
don't,
great
you don't
piece.
want it to disappear into the thread. So just ask her if they can pin it to the top.
Oh.
They'll
okay.
do it. Just ask.
And I
if they
just
can pin it.
copied whatever I had.
Yep.
and Like that, and I just posted.
Yeah,
Ask, and then maybe find a link to the application,
So.
so, yeah, do that.
which would be, I can email it to you, team.
Oh.
All right, so we got as far as the bank balance, I'm going backwards. Follow up on, all right, and we'll follow up on any outstanding grants. We're gonna make a decision next month. In October, what to do with the outstanding grant money? How long do we hold on to
I think
it?
we have to love it for a year. so.
Okay.
Whatever it was
All right, so we
last
don't need
year,
to make,
yeah.
okay, so we don't,
It's a
that's the
standard-
decision.
Standard calculation, that's
Okay.
$3,100, if one claims it, then it just
Okay,
gets carried.
I'm so glad you're good at that. I agree. All right, you know, this new cycle timeline is September 1st to October 17th. I'm going to get in touch with Dan Byer, who updates the town website. Our page could also have a link that says, or some kind of thing, banner that says that this is the grant cycle is open now, and what the dates are. You know, I also noticed that when you click on the grant link, it has everything wrong. I mean, it's got all the dates are wrong, 2017 and the start date, the end date.
Oh, for the town.
Yeah, and I thought, we don't have to, either we can go through it blow by blow next month, or we can just, I can just kind of clean it up and make it very general, so it applies for every year. I don't know what you guys want to do. So if you're able to take a look at the town website page,
Maybe do it general, because people are gonna be new next year, so I mean. Years, I don't know.
right, that's what I was thinking, general. So if you look and you go, boards and committees, go to the cultural council. And if you click on where it says apply for grants. It says the application form is here, is the
Who has the banner? You guys have the banner?
I have this.
Okay,
I'm gonna set it
so-
up after work.
Yeah.
Alright.
After
Well,
work.
what it says is everything has to be postmarked by October 17th, 2016. It says to mail it, but we really don't want them to mail it, but I guess we have to leave that in now. We prefer, we could say that we prefer it to be, emailed. Actually, they're not supposed to mail it to us, are they?
No.
They're supposed, not anymore. They're supposed to go through the Massachusetts website. So we need to alter that. There's another thing, October 17th, 2016.
I mean, the link's still active. right?
Okay,
All you really have to, yeah.
but they don't need, they're not supposed to do 3 copies of the application and support materials mailed to us. Everything's supposed to go through the state website now.
I wonder if it takes you,
She said it was written down.
It's just like, the link is right.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
goes right to the application. Okay, so if you want, I can just clean up this
So it's
page
just
with
this
the
little
dates
thing
and make
that's
it
like
more general.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I wouldn't
okay.
even put any guidelines. It should be like apply by this date.
Yeah.
click here to
Okay,
learn
good.
more.
All right, good.
Because then
So
it's
we'll
Let
like
the other
everything.
page do the hard work.
All
Exactly.
right.
Most people are returning anyways, and I know.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just clean it up and tell them to go to that, basically say, go to the date. And
What does the banner say?
Oh, it just says, applicant, grant applicant, we're taking grants now, basically, and then it says from date, it says, September. And then it says October 15th, so it's off by 2 days, but,
Does it say where to go? Like where?
oh, and then it says, Mass Cultural Council.
Well, there's
Yeah.
no Mass Cultural Council. Okay, so there's like a destination.
Yeah.
You going to walk.
It's basically kind of, I don't know who's running that, but
No,
like,
no, I don't think, oh, it's.
Well, it's the Brothers of the Brush.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brothers of the
yeah.
Brush.
Yeah.
like it's gonna be
You're
a
gonna have your
packed event.
trolley ride.
I think so,
around?
yeah. Yeah, I think they're having food trucks, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Band, beer tent, all of it.
Oh, fun stuff.
At the lake, playground, right? The Memorial Field.
Yeah.
There's just parking right here by Club, so you have to walk from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's where the ball
Which is
field is.
weird.
It's
Oh, is that
not-
what you're talking about?
Maybe for the.
Yeah, well, there's a little field. I mean,
Well, but if you go behind though,
Right,
unless there's
true.
ball games
Fine,
or
like,
things going on.
Casella Field or whatever.
Oh, with
Yeah,
the plaza will
behind,
be
like
packed,
the
too.
area.
Correct, yeah.
All right, well, anyways, I hope to go if I can find parking. Walk on.
Walk.
Well, I mean, there's the beach parking, you have the parking on Taft Avenue,
Oh,
Yeah.
and then you have the parking. at the ball
Can't park
field.
on Route 16. Bill.
But I mean,
Oh, I don't know,
I
sometimes
think
it
that's-
didn't they have one a couple of years ago before?
Oh, down
COVID,
Kelly
and it was
Drive, I
crazy?
bet there'll be people.
Yeah, when Imperial used to run it, right, they said they're gonna shut it down.
Yeah, they were, didn't they have one in town like a few years ago?
yeah, you did.
And it was like,
Yeah, sometimes they
saying
are.
it's-
Oh, back to there, all right.
okay.
So let's see, what else? The Call to Artists Project, when I met with the town this summer, I told them that we would be putting out, oh, this is what we have to talk about. We would be putting out our call to artists, people to apply for the grant during our grant cycle. So actually, we have to advertise that also, so. Do you want? So we have to advertise that. So,
If someone writes it up, I'll send it to like. all the-
okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna ask Sandy. Sandy, I think I have the call to artists. You remember you wrote it up? I loved it. Okay, so if you could send that out again to everybody,
Sure.
or that'd be great, because I know things get lost. So yeah, so Tina, you'll get that. And if you need help writing anything up, or like a blurb about, you'll see what it is.
Okay, then I'll just kind of write a blurb and then send it to you and. if you
Yeah, and I
approve,
think we should put a link or somehow put it on our on our town webpage too. So people, maybe, because we actually have to have an application. We have to make an application.
Yeah, that information sheet wasn't really a grant application. It was just kind of notes for us defining what we wanted.
Right, it says what we want, but maybe I should look at the state website and see actually what it looks like when they, oh my gosh, yeah, that thing is lengthy. I don't think we need anything really, really super lengthy. I think we need the artist to describe the scope of their project, when they're gonna complete it. I mean, because it's not like they're, it's not like they have to say it's gonna benefit this many people and blah,
Not
blah,
like a
blah.
grant,
It's
like
not the
typical
same
grant.
kind of application, so I think probably whip up a one-page application with some reference, like they have to supply references, so we know that they're people that have done other projects.
Actually, does the town have a basic application that they use for whatever they use, and then we can just,
No, because when they contract out stuff like that, they just have people send them in contracts, because they're just business people. But Sandy, do you and I want to just kind of work on it, and then we'll give it, and we'll bang it out, and then we can, we run it by everybody through the email. I'll give everyone a heads up, and we can just, that way we can get it out there at the same time as the grant cycle, which is happening now, but once we get it out,
run the time? Yeah.
yeah, around the same time. So within the next, week, get this done, maybe. So, all right, so we'll do that, and we'll send it out through so. I know we're not supposed to vote on things, but I think if we just give a general, like, okay, that looks good kind of thing, and then I can post it on our website and advertise it on Facebook again. And I'll think about some other places where we can advertise it.
Because I think like the art school, some like Worcester Art Museum, oh,
Yeah,
there used to be one in Framingham too, there's that. Framingham.
There's a Hopkins too.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's art.
we can do the Blackstone Valley Art Association,
Yeah.
that's in Oxford.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, so,
We know.
hang on, so Sandy and Ellen will write up the application. We'll have it put on the town website. And then I'll run it by you, Tina, and we'll figure out where to send it to. So once we do that, I'll get in touch with you, Tina. Tina. Advertising. All right, so we got a few things to do. All right, so that's the Call to Artist project. But I think that sheet of paper pretty much tells us what we're kind of like the scope of the project. Maybe I can put a link to the town website. I think the town has a website, has a link or something on their town site that shows what the scope of the project is and how it's coming along. I think there might be. I'll have to look for that. I'll look for that.
I found an image of what the project should look like when it's done. So
Yes.
something like that.
Is that on the town website? Is that on the town website?
I don't remember where I got it. I can send it to you though.
Okay, that'll be good. All right. All right, so we gotta work on that. The town fair booth, we need to touch base about that next.
Oh, with the Lions Club?
Yeah, the Lions Club. So my pop-up tent is falling apart, but it's good enough.
Okay, I used to have one.
Yeah, it's got a couple rips in it, but I mean, it will
Okay,
hang in there
that's
for
fine.
that, so
If
let me
it's a
make a
race,
list of
cancel it.
what we need. So let's make a list, Sandy, and we'll put it in the minutes so we know who's responsible for what. So I have a tent and table.
And the Lions Club is. October.
Everybody can, let's see, we need some chairs.
Days again?
I don't know if
I have plenty of chairs.
Yeah, you can bring chairs. All right, Shannon's gonna bring chairs and rocks.
I'll bring some rocks.
Are you okay with your table being covered in paint? We can have
Yeah, I have plastic. I gotta remember that. Thank you. Plastic tablecloth.
What's the date?
It's usually Columbus Day weekend, but.
Yeah, it is, I think
Yeah.
so.
I know. But, so what is that actual date of that? Do you know?
Let's see.
So I'll do, the tent, the table,
It says Sunday,
plastic
October 9th. Oh,
tablecloth.
wait.
I have some paints too. I have some like kids' little, the little tubes of the craft paint. What's the date?
This is Country Fair, Sunday, October 9th, 10 to 4.
October 9th.
Because Columbus Day is on a Monday.
But usually it's on a Saturday. So
Well,
why is it-
unless if they change it, but that's what it says.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Right.
Sunday, okay. All right, so Shannon, you're bringing rocks.
How many, 50? I don't know.
I didn't know here.
I don't know.
I'll just bring it
Yeah,
back. As much as I can carry.
as much as you can carry. Tina, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some more rocks. I have some, and I can bring some paints maybe. I'll see what I have.
Okay,
Um,
I know,
and I have my basket. I'm walking around.
my, some brushes.
Free raffle.
Okay, what's in the raffle basket? I totally forgot.
I had some like posters in
Oh,
it. I
okay.
had that pillow with a Santa Claus in it, and I contribute a quilting
Okay,
kit, kind of like a thing to go with it.
so we want to do a raffle? We
I
want
could just do a free raffle and then someone can put.
Okay,
Raffle for.
okay, so no money, but we do want to do money.
But we'll do money for the rocks. 'cause
Okay,
that's
oh,
what-
so we need to have a money, we need a money
Oh,
box.
Do we even need a money, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh,
like, well, my point is that,
Well,
I
say
think
if
that we
it's-
already have too much. Like, could we just do like an event, just to have people like,
Or
make
just
rocks,
see.
and try awareness about the moment?
Yeah, but
I don't think we need like another $50. Like, in the buffer.
But we only have, how much money is actually going, so maybe we don't, but how much money do we have that we set aside from last grant cycle for this art project? Thought it was 1,000? Yeah.
1,500, I think we actually.
1,500, okay, so we have 1,500. Can we set aside money to this? If we can set aside money again to cycle, to add to the art, because remember, we're allowed to take a certain
Yeah,
percentage.
we'll have, I think we'll have plenty of.
So we'll have like 2,000? Okay, so that, I think that's a
Well, what
good,
are we putting?
for the art, for a big art project
At the.
outside,
behind the police station thing?
behind the new town hall, police station thing. Oh, my
Are we
God,
like
yeah.
commissioning artists, is that what's?
Yes, for commissioning an artist and an artwork. So it could be a gigantic mural, it could be a sculpture, it could be, I mean, people are thinking small, like,
We have space dedicated, they've given us space.
it's gonna be the artist's responsibility to look at that space and say, I can put something here, this is what my proposal.
They give us the space, like
They didn't actually give us a space, but they're really excited about it.
okay,
They're really excited about it.
gotcha.
But that's after
Okay.
the whole project's done for the town, right? Then you
And
go in,
yeah.
or someone.
Right, so, yeah, because I didn't think we could pull this off now. Right,
Right.
right this instant.
No, because we were like.
Because we don't meet during the summer and all this other stuff, and then we would have that little bit more money to add to it. So, I mean, people were thinking small, well, they could just, paint a little tiny thing on a planter, and I'm thinking, I knew an artist that did a project for like Blackstone or something. And she found old pictures and from the Historical Society, was able to put them on tiles, and they made a sculpture out of it. So, like an interactive sculpture. That was a couple $1,000 because that's time and effort and materials. So you could, my hope is that we would get someone really interested in doing something
Just,
interesting.
just grant this person too, you know what I mean, like.
We want something to show for it,
Yeah.
but,
When are they gonna be done with this, like, space?
when I talked to Ann Mazar, she was saying they thought they were gonna be done this fall, but it doesn't,
I don't see any progress.
yeah, I don't either. So I think things happen and delay and things don't happen. But
Yeah.
that's also another reason I didn't wanna like rush and say, okay, so if we collect the grants now, maybe they're not gonna do the project actually until the spring when the snow's off the ground. And that's cool. We just hang on to that $2,000, and when they do it, they get done. So,
So if we're all not here by that time, we'll give it to the town or Ann or whoever to give to this artist when they finish.
no, so we cut the check like we would do, just like we do with any
Okay.
other grant. It's not, so the town didn't want to handle money at all. They don't want to handle this at all. They do want to be on the selection. So we'll get the grants. We'll say, oh, we think these are really cool. Come to our meeting, discuss them. And then we pick a joint thing with them, with whoever the project leaders that are doing that project. And they were super excited about it. I'm not kidding. Everybody's all smiles.
They do.
They could do anything they want, you know, and I think that's if we're.
So
and
where do you want to do a parking space at the station?
It's gonna be, there's all these trees and there's planters and they're making
This
this
is
really,
like-
there's a big giant
I haven't seen it.
walkway, there's a big,
That's cool.
So this
but see that the one on the right is where.
So, like, any station is here.
Yeah, it'll be parked
So
some
all
way
of
back
the
there.
way
And on the
there,
far
and it's all gonna
left.
be impervious, it's all gonna be self-watering.
Yeah, and the walk, there's a walkway on the left that goes by the town library, goes by the old Taft Library. It walks all the way down. So all in between the town and the library, which is now parking lot, that's all green space. So somebody could do something there.
Like a sculpture.
But
It's
it's
green
green
space,
space,
something that's gonna be
right.
able to-
So,
So elaborate.
and there's a little green,
It's gonna be able to withstand the elements and remain looking, you know,
or
something.
maybe they wanted, or maybe it's a mural person and they paint a gigantic mural on that big white gigantic vertical back of the town hall. I mean, it could be something like that. You've seen the murals that are up in Worcester that are on sides of buildings.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe someone wants to do something like that.
So,
So that's why I'm thinking when Sandy and I pull off the application and how we want to advertise it, then I think it's exciting. We get it in the Worcester Telegram and, you know, we put it out to the Blackstone Valley Art Association and we can put it out to Worcester Art Museum because they have a lot of artists that teach classes there. So I mean, I think if we advertise it well, we might be able to do something interesting. Who knows? Maybe someone would say, only $2,000. But then again, you might get someone that's like, oh, I'm just out of school.
yeah, it might be just. as
This
tempting as-
this might be what I need
Even
to.
to say that my project is a good fit, I mean, that's,
Absolutely,
Something
why
like that.
not?
Yeah.
Or, and they could even, if they were enthusiastic about this, they could even get money from other sources.
or like Michael says, we could grant some.
Yeah.
They could-
I mean,
I think that's probably.
If they want to be
right,
more-
honestly, I'm actually-
That is the grant, we are.
We limit it
grant-
to,
And
Oh, they can put in another grant, yes.
Yes,
There's a
we-
match,
Oh,
yes. They can
All
put
we
in
can
a
do is
grant,
hold back
yes.
20% of the funds.
Right.
For an event.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if you can do 20% one year, next year, combine the 20%, it's like, maybe you can.
I think so pretty loose about that.
But then like, I think, but if they were an actual grantee, I think the number
They
is
could
like infinite, like if you
Right,
did the
they-
entire application, if you wanted to. for
Right,
that, you know?
Right, so.
Yeah, exactly, tongue and tongue.
That's why I was excited about this, yes, because they could even apply through the state and we could grant them, so
Right.
they could
They
get
get
their 1,000,
2,000,
500, you know, their
whatever.
1,500 there and another, and apply for
Whatever
it.
they-
So they can do whatever they want. But we have, you know, but Sandy and I need to work on the wording and get the application thing, and then we need to just get it live as quickly as possible.
So
So-
that probably is a good idea for them to wait till the whole project's done, because then they can go through the.
Yes.
That area of maybe a year.
Where are you gonna put this call for artists?
Like the Worcester Art Museum, they do a newsletter and they have a bunch of artists that work for them doing
Sure.
art programs.
What about Risbee?
I was just gonna say Risbee,
We could do.
I was
this.
literally just
We could
thinking
do
Oh,
Risbee.
were you?
Yeah,
I
we
just
could
thought of
do
that.
Misty. The question was, do we keep it? This was a question that came up last time we talked. Do we keep this in Massachusetts only, or do we really
Oh.
reach out to Rhode Island?
Risbee's closer to us than
Right.
Worcester Museum.
It is. People
Yeah, I
say,
never
"Where
thought
do you go to eat in Worcester?" I'm like, I don't go there. I live in Providence. It's like Providence is like 30 minutes away.
What about Mass Art, Massachusetts?
Like, you
There's
might
a lot- there's a lot of
Yeah,
local
we can
kids
do,
that go
yeah,
there.
yes, there are in town. I know there's a lot of people that go there that are locals or local to the area. But yeah, we can do all the art schools. We can definitely do all the art schools. So, I mean, it's just a matter of getting the wording right, getting advertising going, and then sending it out to them and getting it going. And I think that, you know, if Sandy and I work on it diligently, I think we can get it done with like the end of next week, maybe, or, you know, I don't see this taking us 2 weeks to do, but maybe a week and a half.
I
by
can
the
work
end
on
of
it. I can work on it from now to over the weekend. On Monday, I'm having knee replacement surgery, so,
Oh, boy.
well, that's why I'm not there in person, because I can't risk a COVID exposure. But I will work on it, you know, and from now until Monday, and I can
Okay.
certainly give you a draft.
Okay.
Either tomorrow or Friday, and,
Yep. Okay.
yeah,
Sure, and I can, sure, absolutely, and I can work on it, and my husband is perfect, he writes grants all the time, or used to write grants all the time, so he can help polish it up and make it look good. So,
Is it gonna be, I guess, challenging to write this without knowing exactly like the
No.
medium or where or what? this
No,
thing
because
is
I
out?
think wide open, we let them be creative
Okay.
and see what they come back with, and then we'll say, oh, that one's okay, and this one's fantastic, so that's what I'm hoping for.
And you'll share some details around like the space or whatever that.
I would just
Take
copy
a
and paste
picture,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, send me that link if you would, to my email or
It's right
anywhere.
on the town website.
Oh, is it on the town
Yeah,
website?
the
Okay,
town
perfect.
Campus
Perfect.
written guide.
All right, perfect. All right, so that's that. So we got so we talked about the town booth. We talked
Yeah.
about called Arts Project. When do we want to meet next? I would imagine we want to do it after October 17th.
Well, I mean, we can for sure.
Because that's when the grant cycle ends.
Yeah, I just have to submit the financial report.
Okay, so you give me an idea of when you think it's a good time to meet. I'm flexible. So after the 17th, so that's actually the end of October. The 17th is the third week. So if we want to meet the last week of October,
When did they publish that? Pam, about like the same day?
oh, I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. I don't think it's a little like that.
It's up to.
Yeah, I think so.
I know that on the town email, we were sent some about that, about the timeline. I don't know if I can find that again. Look. My mail, let's see, Richard. Okay, so that's about that. Let's see, where was the time? Webinar recordings, locations.
Seeking grant application. revision. FY 23 state budget.
October 17th is the deadline for the financial report. I know we sent out a ton. Guidelines. maybe this is
Is
it.
it in the?
All right, this is the local guide.
Fiscal year 2023, let's see timeline.
You have it? All right, I can't find it. I'm finding everything but.
Oh, here it is. I.
Is that the
Application
timeline?
is open.
Yeah, September
the
1st, application deadline September 17th.
I'm gonna post populated down soon after, it's a little vague.
Okay, October 17th are populated, ready for download, 17th.
Council vote between October.
Okay,
They start notifying.
Oh.
so we want to meet at the end of October or the very 1st of November? What do we want to do? November? So you think November?
Well, we're gonna see each other at this, at the fair,
Okay.
so if there's anything pressing.
How about Thursday, November 3rd is a Thursday night, and usually the library is a good place for everybody.
Like it.
I think it's,
I
yeah, it's
like it
nice,
here.
it's easy to get in and out, I don't worry about locking doors.
So is it open? So technically still library.
No, everything is locked up, all the lights are off, we just turn the lights off and close the door behind us. So we'll do a tentative, so we're gonna aim for November 3rd. All right, next meeting.
That is,
Thursday.
And we'll try for the library
And that
again.
will be for the discussing the grants that have come in.
Yes, that means between October 17th
Yeah.
and our meeting date, we should really look at and so we're not just looking at it for the first time, so if we come, reread it, come in an idea of what you like and what we don't like, what meets our guidelines, not our likes, but
You're talking about for the grantees?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we'll have time to read through them
Yeah.
at our leisure.
Yeah.
And that way, we're not just opening and looking at them on that night, because I think it'll be easier just to kind of say, did everybody look at this? What do you think? Does it meet our guidelines? and go through that, so.
Are you expecting to have? our proposals?
Oh, yeah, we'll have to decide on if we get applicants for our proposal too. So, yeah, they should apply, use the same grant cycle.
Now,
Well,
do we-
no, it would be our proposal, that feels like a little tight.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
have to post it now.
it's gonna be, we don't even have an end date when it's done, so we don't wanna rush it, but are we
Okay,
gonna be making the final decision as to who the selector, or is it gonna be?
it's a joint. it's
With
a-
the town.
With the town,
Because they wanna make, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
with the committee that's doing the project, it's a project committee.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll get the grants, we can look through them, and we can invite them to a meeting, whoever representative they want to bring. Come here, they get to look at the grants, we talk about them, and then we get to do a joint selection. I think since we're gonna be doing a lot of the hard work, so, and providing the money,
Right.
so I think we certainly get a choice, some input as to who gets selected. Yeah.
Who's the town?
I can't remember who's on the committee, but it's Ann Mazar and a bunch of other people, so it's a whole committee. Does it say?
It's actually,
The land use committee, land
Yeah.
planning?
Is it conservation?
Dan Bosnia. It's,
Does it have a name?
oh, no, excuse me, I apologize, this was made possible
Oh,
thanks to the
possible.
contribution of the
Yes.
following people.
Okay,
Okay.
but it's by either the land use or town planning, I don't remember which
We
committee.
should give like artists some sort of information, because like, well, Mendon or Mother Mendon, like, it's just gonna be random, you know what I mean? Inspired by like the history of the town.
Have to link it.
Yeah, just something that has to do, like, versus just
Yeah,
like.
well, let
an
me see
eagle.
if I can.
A ceramic eagle, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like something that kind of lets them know, like, especially if it's RISD, like, they have no clue what Mendon
Oh, no.
is like.
Yeah, they're like.
How do you kind of let them know like what we were all about, you know?
All right, let me see if I can find what we wrote. Well, all right, so here we have the call to artist PDF. Did you guys get, I can forward it to you. So what we wrote as a guidance, as a draft, opportunity, Mendon Cultural Council is looking for an artist to create a unique visual art installation for the recently restored campus. The artwork will be located outside and must be able to enjoy the elements. We are seeking an original work that is eye-catching and captures our town's personality. We are seeking one artist or organization to manage the project. This chosen artist may feature solely their own work or work in collaboration with other artists or groups. Sandy contacted Ricardo, and he gave her all of these suggestions to write. So it's not like she went.
Oh, right, like, no, it makes sense. I love how it's written, I'm just
Yeah.
thinking about like,
We are
how
seeking,
would somebody know what
Okay.
kind of personality is?
well, that would be their, so if we get someone that comes in here and says, oh, I want to do something with puppies and rainbows, and someone else that says, oh, I really, I read about your town's
yeah.
history, and I'd like to do something
Well,
featuring.
yeah.
Encouraged to visit the town hall, and
Okay,
there's a link to the site, there's a
Yeah.
link to the.
is there anything from like the
The
historical
project.
society that could just like,
What's that?
like, I guess the question is like, do we like let them hunt and peck for information, or is there like a link to the historical society that has just like,
Oh,
like a
I
nice
know.
write-up of like.
See if
Mendon
you
and the
think
history?
about that.
Maybe Kathy.
From like a 350th or something, I don't know, you know, or 300th.
It sounds like you want to be in on this.
Well, I'm just.
We don't want to.
Hands in it?
Either, because I'm.
Well, we could do a link to the historical society.
Yeah,
They
something
can
we
do
don't have to
that.
like start Googling and right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna list it,
Artistic, we're gonna be able to,
list
like,
it.
Do a quick Google search of Mendon and be like, okay, this is
You
not,
know, I'm wondering if we can.
Right, when we do.
this is Mendon, you know, like.
Yeah.
this is Wikipedia.
And you suggested that we take photos of potential locations, but I think what we should do is just do a link of that. We don't, because it's
Yeah,
unfinished.
The
Yeah, there's one.
schematics is right there, that you have a link.
Oh, we do have a link.
Yeah, the schematic of the completed town hall campus can be found here. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I don't see
So
that.
I don't know if we're, this.
Where are you looking? I don't see that.
I printed it out and sent it out.
Perfect. Okay, all right, excellent. Good. So we'll go over this, Sandy, and we can add a link to the Historical Society.
Whose phone number is that? 473-212-312.
No.
That's town.
Oh,
I
culture.
think it's
Oh.
town.
Oh, not clear.
Yes.
Personality.
What number is that, Sandy? Whose phone number is that? Whose phone number is that?
On the website, that's the cultural council on the website.
Oh, it goes into an answering machine, and the town clerk gets it and forwards it to the appropriate person.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right, that's how it works. So, yeah, so we got a little bit of, so, yeah, we got a little, we gotta work on the application. Gotta work on the application and we can polish this up so it looks more like a information that would go in a newspaper, I think. So that might be what we need to do. All right, so we got a lot of work to do. All right, so are we at the end of our agenda? Is there anything else we need to talk about?
So are we all gonna take a slot at the country fair, or are we just gonna plan
Oh,
on?
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Because 10 to 4 is a long day.
It is.
Yes, it
So,
I think we should do pairs. Do you wanna take the first one?
Who you want to pair up with? All right.
We can all do it together too,
Yeah,
but if there's
no.
just us around the
No,
table, then.
No,
we can-
it's fine.
Yeah.
So what hours do you want to do? So 10 to 4 is,
Do you want us to learn that?
yeah, let's split it up.
Sandy, you're gonna be recuperating.
October.
You'll be recuperating in October, Columbus Day.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see, we're
If you wanna
probably.
stop by, you're more than welcome to, but I think we should just do the forum.
So you want to do 3 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
10 to 10, 11 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a Penske this Sunday?
Yeah, there is one.
Yeah, we just have to find out, Tina, I don't know, we just have to find out, like, do we set the tent up the night before or like at the crack of dawn?
We did it once the night.
That's pop-up tent.
Oh, I think.
But I mean, they want, I remember from years ago, they want to set up at a certain time, I think.
Yeah, I think it was, we had to drive in or bring it
Yeah,
in.
they want it at a certain time. So I'm gonna have to look for that email.
Yeah,
I'll look for that.
Maybe just to have everybody's spots or.
Right.
Sectioned off.
Yes.
so that they have it.
Yes, so they make sure everybody's in the right place at the right time.
It's the night.
And that way people aren't, because a lot of people drive on.
Sunday,
Yeah.
So it's whatever time it is, 7:57, and I call the meeting done. All right, so we need to stop recording. All right.